Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I'm your host, Christian, the unbiased king. Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is Joshua, Gangsta Time Cole.
Well, it's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
I don't know. What's good, everybody?
Hey, buddy.
What up, Chris?
Hey. Also joining us is the disembodied voice of our producer. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
Nan toyu big news.
What's up, nerds?
Hey. Oh yeah, the weeklies are back. Very excited. We only have 3 today because My Hero Academia and Black Clover are on sabbatical. So we're gonna do a little bit of question answering today to make up for it. But not to waste any more time, let's get into plugs right away. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
All right, at JD Cole _37. That's on Instagram. And at NY Chillin with an EN, not an ING. That's on Twitter. Get at me, guys.
Hey, Brian.
Find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to find me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Oh, yeah. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll, you guys, and that will be super cool. We actually have a winner today, like a definitive not tie winner for a really good chapter of the week by the audience poll today. So keep bringing
interesting.
Keep bringing in those votes, guys. Let's get this popping. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. We got an email question today that we're getting into, so very excited about that. And you can email us any other questions that you might have. If you're a fan of the show and you want to hear us shoot the shit about random stuff, get into it. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. Please do. That would be super cool. Give us a like, give us a share, all of that good stuff. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on a lot of streaming services. So hit us up on that. Give us a 5-star review while you're at it. That would be super sweet. Audio version of the podcast usually goes up first. So if you guys would rather get early access to the podcast, that would be the best way to do it. And I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anything. Spoiler alerts ahead. Let's get into the show. One Piece.
Leave a like. And if you guys have a question regarding the entire pod or just this chapter of One Piece, you can leave it right there in the comments and we're going to address it in the next episode.
Oh, yeah. This is One Piece chapter 1048, 20 years. We got a little bit of a cover page thing. I've been a little interested into this particular cover page story, mostly because I feel like this is going to be very important going forward, seeing as how Big Mom has just gone down, and there seems to be 2 invaders on Chocolat Town. And this little cover page is basically just Brûlé, the mirror sister, informing Biscuit, the biscuit
Cracker,
fruit.
Right? No, isn't that Cracker?
No, you're right. His name is Cracker, the biscuit fruit.
Yeah. Who's also a commander. I didn't know he was Luffy fought 2 commanders.
Yep.
I didn't know because I was thinking like, damn, he really struggled in that first fight against the first fucking Big Mom pirate, but he was on the same level as Katakuri, technically, right?
I guess. Well, I mean, Katakuri is considered.
Yeah, Katakuri is probably a better fighter.
Katakuri is considered the strongest of the 4 sweet generals, I think they're called.
Right.
It's him, it's Cracker, Smoothie, I rememher. Because she would
just
juice people.
That would ring you out.
Yeah, and Biscuit.
Man.
Yeah, so yeah. This little cover page seems to indicate that Brûlé thinks that Niji and Reiju, Sanji's brother and sister respectively, have returned to the island, I guess, to take back Niji and Yanji. So I don't think it's them. My thing is I think she's wrong. I think she thinks it's them because obviously they have 2 of their own, so she probably thinks it's coming back, but there's a reason they're shadowed. Maybe it's not them. Who knows? But anyway, let's get into the chapter proper. Last we left off, Luffy is about trying to finish off Kaido with a big fist. And coming down from the clouds. You see that fist is kind of like cocked back into the arm too.
Yeah.
like he did with Gear 4.
There's a lot of potential energy being stored. I know you guys remember that from science class. Potential and kinetic energy.
Yeah. And
Uh-oh.
there's a massive amount being stored in Luffy's giant cartoon fist. So,
His
you know,
Looney Tune fist.
yeah, and last we left off with that, he's about to he's just gonna have to, he's like, I'm gonna have to either punch straight through Onigashima, or you're gonna have to move it, Momonosuke. And
Right. He said he put that shit on his shoulders. Like, you know, Mama, I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna have to pull through.
yeah, because regardless,
I'm about to kill all y'all niggas. I'm tired of this dragon motherfucker.
yeah, I'll kill everybody. I don't care, dude. You better move it.
I trained way too hard. Y'all gonna have to take that. Everyone in my crew is down. I just wanted you to know, and I thought you might want to do something about it.
Yeah. So Momonosuke,
But all my guys is ready to die.
oh yeah. Momonosuke is just like freaking out. He tries to bash his head into the island, trying to move it that way, because he can't produce the dragon clouds.
Dragon headbutt.
Dragon headbutt.
Yeah. You know, more so than a regular headbutt.
Yeah, it's way stronger.
It's dragon.
It's a dragon.
Yeah.
So Kaido's like, fine, I'll take your punch. Tell me, Straw Hat, did you know that 20 years ago the hero of this country was burned to death? And as if on cue, he transforms, like he creates like an outer fire shell dragon. I don't know.
With his own hot, nasty ass breath.
Yeah, he sets himself
Coated
on fire.
himself in his nasty fucking breath.
Yeah,
and he's gonna see. Yeah, Luffy, if you're gonna defeat me, you gotta touch me while I'm dirty.
I don't think that's what he did.
How frightening is that?
Yeah, no,
No, I made that up in my own head canon, but that's how I interpret it.
Yeah, he's got just like basically a fire construct of himself. He's like leveled up his size and is like, I'm gonna have to burn you alive, Luffy. And he demonstrates how hot he is by melting one of the horns off of the Onigashima skull thing that he's on. It liquidizes.
I didn't see that actually.
Yeah, you see it in the little bottom page. He just obliterates it completely. He says that giant.
Oh, that's what that was. Yeah, you're right. Whoa.
He said
that's hot. Is it hotter than Dabi though? His fire. Pause.
That's a good question. So, you know, Luffy remembers, you know, his training with Hyogoro, right? Hyogoro.
Yes.
And he's talking about like, whatever, man. I know Ryo Ohaki now. I don't even need to touch you when your hot breath, your spicy Dorito breath. And he brings down his fist. They clash. You know, Luffy's creating, I guess, a barrier of Ryo to actually separate himself from Kaido's flaming dragon thing. And, you know, it's just like the clash thing where they're basically pushing each other. It's pretty crazy. We cut to inside of Onigashima. Usopp seems to have dropped Kinemon and Kiku. And everybody's just like, damn, it's really probably over. And we get a little bit of a flashback. You know, it's back to when Odin was killed and the Akazaya 9 ran away. They show that Kaido basically, like, you know, then they cut after that scene where Momonosuke was spirited away through time using his mom's powers. And then we cut over to the daimyo having to choose between subservience to Kaido and death. And we see...
It was probably one of my favorite pages of the week.
Which one? The one where they're all like...
With all the daimyos, and they're like, nigga, what you think we about to say? Why do you think we pulled up with all this armor and weapons?
These are all the guys who were stuck in that cave with Yamato, if you remember his flashback.
I did not remember that.
Those were the daimyo. Yeah, those are the daimyo.
Except for Yasui.
Yeah, Yasui made it out. Yasui somehow escaped. One of these guys looks very much like Zoro.
Yeah. Didn't we already kind of have a whole thing about.
I know,
that.
but I just wanted to bring it up again in case.
Okay, no,
everybody forgot.
I kind of forgot how we resolved that, honestly, but I do remember us.
I just wanted to bring attention to it again.
Time.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to bring attention to it again real fast. So yeah, then Zoro basically obliterates all of the daimyo and samurai that would rise up against him. And at that point, Orochi's just like, bring me every young man of working age. And, you know, you see the creation of his factories and how it's fucking up the land of Wano. Just kind of emphasizing that Kaido and Orochi are both sacks of garbage at this point. Fuck these guys, in case we needed any more reason to hate them.
In case I forgot that they poisoned the land, enslaved most of their people, and just... yeah, one more.
Yeah, in case you guys forgot. In case you
I feel
guys,
like this is Oda reminding us that Kaido's an asshole.
yeah,
from like, this is what happened in Ocarina of Time, basically. Like,
yeah, in case
after the time skip.
In case there's anybody out there being like, are you sure we have to defeat Kaido? Maybe he can be changed. Maybe if we do Takuno Jutsu at him, he'll be a better person.
The person that needs to die is Orochi.
Oh, speaking of which, we cut over to Orochi currently being burnt alive by the flames in Onigashima, and he's going before he dies. He's looking to take out Hiyori, the daughter of Odin, and he's coming down on him, and then he gets pretty quickly decapitated.
Oh shit!
By Denjiro. Pretty cool little panel here. Denjiro saves Hiyori, and we get these little like moments, these cuts of the balloons being lifted into the sky. One of them wishing that Orochi would go away, and Denjiro being the answer to that prayer. There's one that's particularly, all these like balloons are sad. They're just like, free us from this hell. I wish I had food. I want clean water again.
Clean water again. Oh my god.
Damn, dude.
Die, Orochi.
Yeah, I think he's dead. I think this isn't unless this is a One Piece death.
There's just no way. No.
You won't accept it?
They cut he's dead. Can we please get one of those for him?
Yeah.
He got his head cut off before.
No, not like this.
What do you mean not like this? Kaido literally cut his head off.
Not with the drama and backstory and little flashback. I understand manga etiquette, okay? And Oda would never betray us.
We'll see. I mean, look, it's only a matter of time before we get the Orochi's Fun Adventure Across the Seas cover story.
Oh man, I will flip on Oda, bro. Just like the My Hero Academia weirdos do.
It'll be called Orochi's Goo-ha-ha-ha-ha Adventure. Because that's how he laughs. But yeah, Orochi
is time for him to go.
Orochi is, as far as we know, dead. And the clash continues, and that's where the chapter kind of ends for this week. There's no break next week, so that's kind of nice.
That is kind of nice. I would even say pretty nice.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Nice. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I enjoyed the chapter a good amount. As a matter of fact, I enjoyed it so much, I gave it the RGC for this week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
So with that said, Orochi dying definitively in this chapter did a lot for me. I enjoyed it. But I also had this thought that, man, like I really want to go and read the flashback for Odin again. I need to. Admittedly, it wasn't as much of a like catharsis release, or however you say that term. Like it wasn't
cathartic release.
Yeah, that's probably not it, but that might be the title for this podcast.
Cathartic release. Catharsis release.
Yeah.
It might be, honestly. It's in the running.
It might be.
But no, like it. I feel like it would have been a little bit more potent if if there wasn't so much time in between that flashback and this, you know. And I'm not faulting Oda. You know, it is what it is. It happened a while ago, and that's why I feel like I should go back and read that right before Luffy knocks Kaido's fucking brain out of his head. And you know, maybe it'll give it a little bit more of a wholesome feeling. Like, these guys are horrible. I mean, they said it in this chapter. They destroyed Wano.
Mm-hmm.
Kaido was like, I could care less about this island. All your samurai are soft, and I'm going to use your natural resources to do my own weirdo animal pirate stuff, right? But Orochi, man, he grew up there, and you was mad. You was mad because your family got punished for doing some foul shit. So that's it. So that's what you're going to do. Your way of revenge is taking a shit on your own house. Great job, Orochi. Can we give him a round of applause?
Golf claps for Orochi.
Yeah. You're fucking dead, broski. Die, nigga. Die in piss. Rest in piss. Peace out.
I gotta make a sound drop out of that.
Your 2 teeth are whack, nigga. Your hippo teeth. You a hippo with dragon heads. He doesn't deserve more words. Those are my thoughts. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, Brian, what did you think?
What's up, Brian? What you think?
RGC.
What?
Yeah, I think I know.
RGC certified RGC certified RGC.
Because it's One Piece. That's my only reason.
All right.
F.
Any other thoughts?
No argument here.
No. Yeah, you know, Oda's just, you know, doing Oda things.
Oda's just goated. I respect that. Before I go on, I should say that this is the audience's voted RGC as well.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Is that so? Is that so?
RGC.
Yeah, that being said, it's not mine right now, I think.
We're gonna have a lot to talk about in this next issue we're gonna cover, I guess.
Yeah. I liked it. I think like the next chapter will probably be an automatic RGC for me. I felt everything that I was supposed to feel. I think this chapter did everything right. But I don't know, it didn't give me RGC's vibes quite yet. You know, I think it was just like missing. It was a missing piece. You know, I guess like I just wanted a little more from this chapter, I guess. I got the little I really understand the resonance of why this little flashback needed to be here, you know, as like everything's ramping up and, you know, Oda's building the tension for this final attack. It's awesome. We finally get to see where exactly who exactly the samurai inside of the cave were, really, because we actually didn't know they were daimyo. Necessarily. We just thought they were samurai in the thing. So, you know, that's cool enough. And that's why it made sense that they had Odin's book, because they're all like part of that ruling class of Wano, you know, like alongside of Odin at that time. So, yeah, it was cool. It was also good to build up. It was more for like to build up the catharsis of Orochi being a dickhead that needed to die. And, you know, to just build that catharsis release, so to speak, because I think Oda knows that it's been a long time since we've seen how fucking greasy Orochi can really be. So,
yeah,
you know, I feel like he needed to emphasize that with this, and I appreciated that, but not necessarily my RGC. I did like it a lot, though, and it is One Piece, you know, obviously very close second for me. But I really like this. I love this clash. I like that Odin had this cool like secret technique left, which looks really well drawn. I'll say that it's really cool to see Odin create a fire construct around himself to headbutt Luffy's gigantic fist. So
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So yeah, I feel like next chapter will be the stronger Catharsis release. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about One Piece.
Catharsis release.
Is there anything? Is there any rebuttals, closing thoughts on One Piece?
Not a rebuttal, but I do have a closing thought.
Ooh.
This one I'm smoking right now, this is Orochi that I wrapped up in some Fonto and paper.
Mm.
I was
If he
smoking
isn't dead, how will
Orochi.
you feel?
This wait, what?
If he isn't dead, how will you feel?
I already said it. Betrayed.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
I
He
bet
wouldn't.
you he's
Flip
not
on
dead.
older, bro.
Listen, bro, you gotta be prepared. You know how he does.
I'm pretty sure he's not dead.
I would say there's a pretty big possibility because I think like it's more that Orochi gets a certain amount of heads. It's kind of like 9 lives type of shit. So you can only decapitate him a number of times. And I think Kinemon decapitated him like 6 times last time they saw.
Oh wow.
Remember when they saw each other in the hallway and he immediately whipped out like 6 heads and the Akazaya 9 were like, I'm not playing with that shit. Immediately decapitated a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that kind of deal.
Because he got his head cut off regularly.
Mhm.
Then like at least 3 Hydra heads, and now
Yes. Now this guy.
the only way him not dying would be acceptable is if they grabbed his remains and like Vegapunk turned him into some type of machine with a fruit, or just something machine with his fruit working with it, and he's some type of boss that someone has to fight at the end. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like
don't know.
he's just someone else's fight.
At a certain point, it's like just stab him in the heart or something, because you guys gonna keep decapitating him. It's like do something else, maybe.
Why don't you carve him into pieces or something?
The definition of insanity is doing something over and over and over again and expecting a different result or the same result. I don't know. Anyway, so I guess that was One Piece then, right?
Yep.
With that being said, we have a question from Sketchy Mike. This is a Wayback Machine. He has sent us since 4 other questions, but we're going to do one today because it's One Piece related. We're doing Sanji starts a Top Chef type cooking competition on the Sunny where the other Straw Hats compete. Who wins? What are their strengths throughout the competition? And what was their signature dish?
Okay.
So we're going to go down the order of the Straw Hats when they joined the Straw Hat, I guess. And we'll give, where they placed, what were their strengths and weaknesses, and if we can, a signature dish. We don't know a whole lot of food, so I can't guarantee that. But
I'm just gonna name shit I know.
yeah, we're just going based on what we know about the characters and inferring where they'll place, who wins. So let's get into it. First up, Monkey D. Luffy. Where does he sit? I'll go first. I think I speak for everyone when we say that Luffy is dead last. He loses very immediately. He has no strengths.
The only his
Luffy can't cook. We've seen that. There was that time where he and Nami and Chopper and Pedro all went off to find Sanji, and they counted on him to cook stuff, and he made them laundry and dead fish soup. So
oh my god,
it was not good. It was not good for him. So he is obviously the worst. The best thing that we could possibly hope for out of Luffy is that he can cook meat on a bone, but we'll be goddamn lucky if there's salt on that thing. So I don't think he's a very he can season. So that's where my 2 cents. Josh, where do you think Luffy places?
Okay, so similar sentiment, dead last. His weaknesses are well documented. Thanks, Chris. But I will say this: a strength of his is that he'd probably try anything. He's not bougie.
Yeah.
You feel me? Especially if he's hungry.
Yeah.
So like he'll at least have the knack to try a bunch of different things. You know what I mean? He'd probably volunteer to help try everyone else's dish too.
Yeah. He'll steal everybody's dish. He'll lose the competition and then just be a judge.
Right. That's how I look at that. That's how I foresee it happening for Luffy.
Yeah.
Signature dish. I don't know.
The
man.
laundry and dead fish soup he made.
Raw fish that he scooped up from the sea. Bow. Put that on the floor, ready to eat.
He went like this, and then just put it.
He gonna hit it with a Red Hawk and say, "All right,
It's dead. Enjoy."
Yeah, dead and cooked.
Brian, what do you think?
Red Hawk roast.
Last, and he's just gonna have like a fucking leg of meat. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like that's his signature. Is just a slab of meat.
Yeah. That may or may not be fully cooked out. So eat at your own caution.
Yeah, I don't think Sanji would even eat it. He would just disqualify him.
Yeah. He's like, Luffy, what are you doing here, man? And Luffy's like, you're right. I'll see myself out. So next up, Zoro. I have Zoro 6th place. I'd like to think that Zoro is slightly more competent than Luffy. Like I would think that he can cut up a fish. He could cook a fish. I don't think he'll like be particularly impressive with it. He'll competently cook one fish. But it'll be very boozy because he's one of those people who like cooks with wine and shit. Zoro's a well-documented alcoholic. So it'll be a very boozy fish. So yeah, I think he'll be good. And I think Sanji wouldn't be particularly generous to him. But he'll begrudgingly give him 6th place. Josh, what do you think Zoro is?
Okay, so I don't have it ranked like in order or anything like that, but I do have tiers. It's simple. There's low tier, which Luffy is at the very bottom of, mid tier, and high tier.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And high tier is going to include who I believe would make the best dish, and I guess the runner-ups. Mid tier would be the ones that make a okay dish, and low tiers are the ones that have no hope.
Mm-hmm.
Basically like that, right? So Zoro, I actually have in the high tier as a runner-up winner.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, I probably shouldn't reveal that for nobody else. I'm gonna just say he's in high tier.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I believe because he's so good with swords, he'd be good like with knives and food that you have to have a good precision for with cutting. And I thought something simple like sushi. I could see him making a mean sushi dish.
Yeah.
Off of like some giant fish he caught in the sea himself.
Mm-hmm.
Carved that motherfucker up with the demon Tom / what's that Ashura?
Yeah, with the 9 Neds.
Sushi platter for the whole fucking crew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get the right, like protein, and it's simple and clean and effective.
Mm-hmm. I respect that.
I have him up there.
Brian, where do you see Zoro?
Oh, weaknesses? Do I have to cover weaknesses?
If it comes to mind.
I mean, if he has a weakness, it's lack of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
He probably doesn't have super variety, and that's maybe something that would hold him back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I can't see him having too much variety.
Yeah. Brian, where do you think he lands?
I think Zoro would be like 4th place. And I'll say that his skills with the blade would give him some good cuts on like a steak or something.
Nice.
So I think he would make like a decent steak,
I buy that. That's fair. Next up on the list, we have Nami. I have Nami number 4. Nami has stated that she can cook. When they were looking for Sanji, I remember her being like, I could cook for the crew, but I'll have to charge. So, there's she seems to be able to make a tangerine sauce. That's like her thing. Like she clearly knows how to like make recipes. and stuff. She has some creativity in the kitchen. I would feel like she's more competent than a lot of the boys on the crew for the most part, just because the boys are just like goofy children at this point from here on out. So yeah, I would say Nami is fourth place. I would say that she makes a nice fish with a tangerine sauce.
That'd be her signature.
A tangerine glaze.
Okay.
Josh, what do you think?
So I just learned about the whole sauce thing. So that's definitely something that's gonna be incorporated in her main dish. But Nami, I didn't have too much. I don't really know too much about her outside. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know that about her cooking skills. So I kind of put her like in the average area because I figured she could cook. You know what I mean? But she's probably just not that great of it. Or doesn't like have too much passion for it. So yeah, I got her smack dab in the middle. I mean, strengths and weaknesses. I feel like she's like an all rounder, essentially. So kind of jack of all trades. Strength being she could probably cook a lot, like a bunch of different things. Weakness, she's probably not going to make it the greatest, but it'll be good. It'll taste good. Nothing elite. So her signature dish would be like, I'd say wings in that tangerine sauce with some fried potatoes.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, yeah. That does sound good, actually.
Tangerine sauce. Brian, what do you think?
Oh, I got Nami. I said Nami's in the mid tier, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I would say that Nami is second place.
Whoa. Any reason?
I think. Well, because she was the first cook before Sanji, that much, and she probably gets a lot of flavor profiles because Sanji simps for her so hard.
That's true.
So she probably developed her skills a little bit without even knowing.
Dang, that's a good point.
Yeah, her palate must be really refined because Sanji keeps giving her different shit every day.
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
Sanji puts an actual effort into Nami and Robin's dishes, so they have like an advantage with palates.
Right.
That makes sense.
I think she would do like a pastry involving tangerines.
Yeah, I never even thought about giving people pastries. I'm always thinking entrees. You're right, Brian. I should expand my horizons. But is that all? Is that all you got for Nami, Brian?
Yeah.
All right. So next we have Usopp. I have Usopp at 5. I feel like Usopp would have to be competent at cooking because he kind of grew up without a mom. His dad is deadbeat, so he's basically living in that house by himself since he was like 10. So, I figured Usopp would have to know how to cook. He's right. I feel like he's right there in the middle for me because he can cook a solid variety of things, but everything's just like competently cooked. Tastes good, but nothing's going to blow you out of the water here. I would think Usopp's kind of like a good cook. Like you could survive. He's as good a cook as the best like guy who lives on his own. He can be,
that hit a spot.
No. I mean, that's my level of cooking.
No, I feel. Hey, no, it's relatable. I feel like that's very relatable.
Yeah. Josh, what do you think?
I pretty much agree with you as far as him. I think he's an at least decent cook because he is a survivor. Like you say, I forgot about him not having a mom, but he's willing to be out there and live alone. You know what I'm saying? He joined before Sanji did, right?
Yes.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he thought in his head like, I'm gonna make food for myself, so I should be straight. But even though he's pretty crafty and it's sort of inventive. I just don't see him making incredible food dishes. If anything, I see him maybe trying really hard but fucking it up because we overthought, So like his best dish would be keeping it something super simple. So I got him right. I got him in the mid tier. But lower than someone like Nami. I guess I'll say the lower mid tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. What's his name again?
Usopp. Damn, Brian. Damn, Josh.
Oh, you see, you messed up the name too.
Hey, you're right. Hey, when you're right, you're right. Brian, what do you think about Usopp?
I'm gonna put Usopp at 5th behind Zoro.
Hey, well, you said Usopp. You said Zoro's second place.
Oh, I didn't say special.
No, I said Nami's second place.
Oh, you're
Zoro's
right.
4th.
You're right. All right.
I put Usopp behind Zoro because Zoro was trying to would probably cook just to try to piss Sanji off and be good at it.
That's funny.
But Usopp is like, he just makes food to survive. That's about it. Like, that's all he's gonna do. He's not gonna do something crazy, but he's not gonna do something bad. Just something that's edible.
Right. Yeah, I guess we're all aligned on that one.
Probably some noodles. Probably make some noodles or something.
That's a good idea. I can see Usopp throwing down some good noodles. So I guess we can move on to our next contestant, Chopper, Tony Chopper.
Own it.
I have Chopper at 7th.
How many crew members are there? 9.
9. Outside of without Sanji, there are 9. So Chopper, I have 7th because he's a young boy. He's the youngest boy in the crew. I don't think he's had to cook much in his life. He's basically been a doctor his whole life, and he's had like adults take care of him. He had Hero Luck and he had Kureha. So I think for the most part, I don't think he's had to cook all that much. He's a very skilled doctor. That's why he's not like close to that. That's what puts him in 7th place as opposed to like 8th place. I think he could figure it out if you really like put it together, but it wouldn't be anything crazy. I would say that he would be closer to making a pastry himself because he has a sweet tooth. His nickname is Cotton Candy Loving Chopper. So that's his bounty. That's his bounty nickname is Cotton Candy Loving Chopper. So and he does love sweets. So I can see him trying to make cotton candy or like a caramel apple. He loves those. Fun fact about Chopper: do you know that the same lady who voices Pikachu also voices Chopper?
Oh, I didn't know that.
The more you know, guys. That's a little fun fact in there. I can't find the more you know drop. Shit. Oh, there it is. Just so you guys know. But yeah, that's where I put Chopper. 7th place. He'll probably like do a caramel apple. That's like serviceable. But that'll be all he can cook and all he's interested in cooking, really. Josh, where do you have Chopper?
First of all, Usopp's signature sandwich would be like a signature dish would be a specialty like a deli sandwich, a really nice one.
A chopped cheese, a really good chopped cheese.
Nah, like a honey turkey with cheese, lettuce, tomato, some onions, salt, pepper, lettuce. Yeah, oil, vinegar, all of that. But with the how the Boar's Head posters look with the fucking
yeah, there's a little toothpick in the middle
with the olive on top. You know what I'm talking.
Yeah. I can see that. I buy that. But where do you have Chopper?
All right, so Chopper. I was listening to what you were saying, and I thought it made a lot of sense. Because yet again, I forgot about some of his background that he probably wasn't cooking so much. But I'll say this: he is the doctor. He's used to putting things together. So I think at the very least, if it fell down to him, as long as he can get a hold of the ingredients, he can create a highly nutritious meal. That's put together and edible. Probably not the greatest tasting, but it'll be a damn good meal. And I think that's good enough for mid tier. I got him maybe like a little higher than Usopp. Maybe around the same area as Nami. Probably below her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else? No signature dish?
Alright, so his signature dish would be
We could come back to you.
would be like okay, it would be like barbecued tofu with
Vegetarian dish.
like barbecued grilled tofu with a side of salad or something like that.
Honestly, I buy that for Chopper. He's an animal. I don't think he would cook meat.
Yeah, that's why I went the vegetarian route.
I like that. Brian, what do you think?
I have Chopper at 7.
Yay, same like me.
Yeah. Wait, no. No, I'll have him at 6.
Damn.
The reason
not
why
like me.
is that I believe that Robin will cheat and help him.
Yeah, Robin is very motherly towards Chopper, honestly, so I can see that. I can see Robin just stopping making whatever she's making to help Chopper.
No, she won't even have to stop. She could just have some hands.
Oh yeah, you're right. Her
like,
power's so
sneak
cool.
around. So, yeah, I think he'll have the only reason why he gets bumped up to 6 is because I'm pretty sure Robin will help him cheat. And I think they will make. I think I'll agree with Chris. They're gonna make like a pastry, something really sweet. Let's see, what would it be? I'd say it'll probably incorporate like some gumballs, like similar to his Rumble, Rumble balls.
Yeah.
So maybe like an ice cream that has like gumballs in them.
You remember those?
Yeah. It reminds me of that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cool. Let's move on to our next contestant. We have Nico Robin.
Nico Robin.
I have Robin in 3rd. She's like one of the older crew members. She's been, I'm taking this from her having to move around the world. Since she was 8 years old, I think you have to know how to cook at a certain point and cook with not so pleasant ingredients as well and make it kind of livable for yourself. I think Robin has had like the most life experience from like most other Straw Hats, I would think, just because she's just been around for so much. Like she's been through so many places and stuff. So I think she could like really take care of herself. She knows how to like make food taste good because maybe it's like one of the things that like that makes her life brighter in those dark days where she was by herself running around and betraying pirates left and right. So I would say Robin is the 3rd best cook. And plus she has mad hands. You could whip something up. She can make like a multiple course meal by herself. If she can clone herself at this point. I mean, she probably couldn't back then, but she can make enough hands where she can like really delegate a bunch of different responsibilities to different hands. So I'm giving Robin 3rd for that reason. Josh, where do you think Robin?
Yep, specialty dish.
Sheesh. I think Robin is a very like chill character in life. When she's at her happiest, she just likes to sit down, have a nice book. I think she like whatever goes really good with tea. I feel like that's her thing. Like a nice like small sandwich and a tea, and a good book. And I think that's what she got. A nice little turkey sandwich. Lean, nice turkey Swiss cheese, a little bit of honey mustard.
Yeah.
And a nice little English tea. Josh, what do you think? Where do you have Robin?
Okay, so I also have Robin ranked pretty high. I have her in the high tier.
Hey,
actually, that down. That's with a Y. Robin with a Y. ROBYN.
No, IN.
No, it's I.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get it
Like
fucking,
that.
get it fucking right.
Yeah.
Get it fucking right for the notes that only you can see.
when I thought about Robin, I thought she'd be a great candidate to be a good cook because, like you said, she's been alive and been around for a while. And I'm sure she's learned how to cook like through her travels. But she is, kind of a historian and learns about a lot of different cultures. And one thing that's shared throughout all cultures that's recorded is cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And recipes in one shape or form or another. Don't quote me on that. I'm not all of them, but most. I mean, there's a way we're able to find out, like, what type of equipment they use, utensils, etc., etc. So I think she has a lot of knowledge to draw on and has the skills to pull it off. Definitely all the hands to whip everything together. So I have her ranked, like I said, in the high tier, right with Zoro. Definitely above like Nami.
Mm-hmm.
Signature dish.
Ramen was very hard to think
Her
of.
potential is a lot higher, but I mean, I think she could probably whip together something much better. But I could see her doing a really dope like shootery dish. What do you call that? Charcuterie?
Oh, damn. Charcuterie.
Charcuterie? Yeah. Like with the cheeses,
little like cheeses,
crackers,
little meats.
like getting a bunch of different cuts of like cheese and
Salami.
nice different types of crackers and like the wine, everything, like the whole situation.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's very Robin. I buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, what do you think?
I have Robin winning the whole thing.
Damn.
Oh, you were supposed to wait.
I mean, no, you could reveal who you think is one when you get there, because I don't think we can avoid it.
But yeah, I have Robin winning the whole thing. Because of all that experience she has and all that stuff, and her being a highly intelligent person. But apply that to the simp factor from Sanji, and it exponentially increases her odds. Much like Nami gets her addition from the simp factor. I'm sure Robin also gets that same effect. So plus her I was going to say cork. Plus her devil fruit does give her a lot of flexibility when making a dish. So yeah, I'd say she wins the whole thing.
Yeah. Any idea for a signature dish? You don't have to. It's hard.
Dude, I don't know shit. Like, it would have to be something that takes a long time to prepare, but she can do it much faster just because of how much she has.
Yeah.
How much she can offer to a dish.
Yeah.
I want to make an update to my dish with Robin.
Hmm.
So what's unique about the did you say it again?
Charcuterie.
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 Cuterie?
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah.
Charcuterie.
You did it, buddy.
Okay.
Right.
So
feel right.
I think her charcuterie dish would have like a bunch of different like unique cultural spins on like different types of like crackers, like different types of flat dried bread. Like maybe like she would have matzo crackers like from Israel and other different types of crackers from the other cultures that I can't think of off the top of my head because I'm not super knowledgeable. I wish I thought this whole through. That would have been dope. Different types of cheeses, but not just like slices of cheese, like even like some you could dip, like that's, different cultures, different types of like fruit, not just the grapes, or like prepared fruit in a certain way that's significant to a culture. Yeah, and of course, different. It's not just wine.
Yeah,
different alcohol
yeah.
that they can sample that still somehow fit each combination. So it gives you a bunch of different. She's up there. She's
up there. She's up there.
Yeah.
She's up there. What do you want?
Just thinking about all that, like, yo, that shit's actually kind of lit. That's like international charcuterie. That's actually kind of cool, yo.
Yeah, that would be pretty fire. But All right, so let's move on to our next contestant, Frankie Cuddy Flam, the man himself. I got Frankie winning the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Frankie's dark horse. He's secretly fucking nice with a fucking knife. He's nice with a fucking pan. I think he's a grill master extraordinaire. You give him he'll make you the fucking best ribs you've ever had. I think he's crushing this competition just because, like, he's so nice with it secretly. Like, you would never think, but then he'd, like, whip something up in the kitchen that's just mad flavorful and just delicious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think his signature, he just makes the best burger you've ever had in your life.
Holy motherfucking cola
Yeah.
burger.
I think he's like a grill master extraordinaire, fucking best. He just makes you a nice ass burger, and he's like, "Is that not the greatest burger you've ever had in your life?" And you're like, "Hell yeah, Frankie! Yes, Cuddy Flam. This is the best one." I think Frankie is the winner for me. I don't know why. I just think it'd be funny if he was just suddenly like the best. He's also a giant android robot man, so I think like he could do some cool shit in the kitchen with. He probably has knives in his hands, you know. He has tools in his forearms. His like the box forearms. It was actually a toolbox for him. So there's probably knives and shit in there, cooking utensils. I think it just throws it down. Like you just know a friend who just throws it down in the kitchen, and you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah. And it's more than just your bro. Like he's an android.
Yeah.
I mean, cyborg.
Yeah, cyborg. He's a cyborg.
Remember last time we cyborg is a living organism.
Yes. Josh, what do you think Frankie lands?
Oh, that is so fucking hilarious. I got him. I might as well go ahead. I got him win the whole thing too, man.
Yo, really?
It has a lot to do with the fact that he has access to technology. I'll tell you that. So check it out, right? I mean, I agree with the vibe. Like, I agree with what you were saying, like how he's kind of like a vibe. Like you just like without really needing evidence, he can just create. Like like you just feel like he could cook. Like he's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
And just so happens that the technology, right? I'm looking at it straight up. Like if he's like it's a competition to win something. It's for food. I had to build food. Boom. He created a core. And then this is where my mind went, right? For the specialty dish. And then I'll get into strength and weaknesses after. He has no weakness. He's a cyborg. Let's just be honest. And his strength is that he's a cyborg. So anyway, moving forward to the specialty dish.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about, how we said like, oh, I can't believe it's cake. Like it's not like, is that cake or something like that?
Yeah, the TV show, that cake.
But he like a contraption, like a statue of something or some type of, I don't know. We use your imagination.
He makes a ship.
The object you can imagine.
He makes a ship.
But guess what? Every like different parts of it, down to the the molecular structure, is different meals throughout the entire fucking house. So every bite is like a brand new, incredible taste because he has the technology to do it, and it's fucking incredible. And people could say, "Bro, I ate a fucking pirate ship, and I had a multiple flavor explosion." Like, come on, man, fireworks. He won. GG.
Yeah, I like it. Brian, where do you have Frankie?
That pirate ship food.
I have Frankie in third place.
Oh, okay. At least he's up there.
Much for the similar reasons you guys say. I think he is a secret gamer,
A
secret cooker.
beast.
I feel like maybe he did throw it down for his family, his Frankie family, on the weekends.
Yeah. Big barbecue parties with the Frankie family.
So yeah, I'd say he's a third place.
That's fair. I like that. Any signature dish, Brian, by any chance?
Yeah, I'd say his signature dish is that he just cooks, he just grills. He's a griller.
Yeah.
So maybe like some ribs.
I like it. Man, Dark Horse Frankie winning it all. Let's go to Brooke. Where do you? I think I have Brooke 8th. I think Brooke, I guess, marginally beats Luffy because Luffy is just so abjectly bad at cooking that like it. Brooke is almost automatic 8th, but I also don't think Brooke is a good cook at all because he's kind of incompetent in things that don't involve battle and music. He's okay at espionage, like things that involve like
definitely lacking in class.
Yeah, he farts on the dinner table. He has no. He doesn't care. He doesn't cook. He's been dead for 50 years. He hasn't had to eat for 50 years. So
right.
And it's only because Luffy is worse than somebody who's never had to cook for 50 years that he's 8th. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Josh, where do you have Brooke?
Yeah, I have him pretty low too. I mean, I had a little bit more confidence in his cooking ability. Definitely better than Luffy. I don't know. I don't want to put him in low tier, but I guess I'm gonna have to. I can't just have Luffy down there alone. I agree with your sentiments, man. I mean, Brooke, he may have once upon a time knew how to cook pretty decent, but that's long gone. I think he's forgotten and could care less.
Yeah.
Now that he has a pirate crew with him, and they have a masterclass chef, he probably hasn't touched any type of utensils.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, he doesn't need to eat. So
yeah,
there you go. What would his main dish be? A photo of some woman's panties.
Edible panties. Edible underwear.
I just said the picture. That's enough to satisfy his appetite. But
Brooks putting together.
I assume that's enough for everybody else too.
Yeah, Brooks putting together a ham and cheese sandwich, no frills. It's like, this is just what I found in the kitchen. This is all I know how to make. Take it. Brian, what do you think? Where does Brooke lie?
I would put Brooke in. I would put Brooke. Actually, I'm gonna make a correction. I'm gonna put Brooke in last place instead of Luffy. Because I think Brooke is gonna just do some stupid fucking bone joke.
Yeah, he'll make meat on the bone and be like, meat on the bone, yo. I respect it. All right, finally, last but not least, Jinbei. I have Jinbei second. Because, come on, Jinbei's a fucking adult. This man's the dad of the crew. This guy's the cool uncle of the crew. This man can throw it down. I think he makes like a really nice curry dish, like so like full of spice. He makes a nice curry chicken. Whatever, man. Whatever you think. I see him making some curry. That's where I vibe with Jinbei. I just think he knows how to make a good home cooked meal that just like really fills you up, nourishes your soul. You know how it feels. You know that feeling I'm talking about. I think that's Jinbei 100%. Josh, where do you have Jinbei?
All right. So I just put everyone in numerical order now that I've got everybody listed. So cool. I'll go over that shortly. But Jinbei, I have him ranked number 4. Nice. High tier. Above Nami, right below Zoro. Jinbei, I guess maybe, am I racist against fishermen for thinking that his palate is super limited because he's a fish person and they only eat certain kind of food?
That is kind of racist.
And it's kind of racist. Well, I'll say this. He may lack the pure skill that Zoro has and the boundless knowledge that cooking knowledge that Robin has. But Jinbei is a nice balance. A stronger balance than Nami, where I feel like he would make incredibly flavorful dishes. Like you said, like food that'll fill you up. You know what I'm saying? Kind of rational food too. Like, he was out at sea for a long time and know how to cook for quick scenarios, but they just need to eat to survive, and I guess for celebratory situations too. I don't know if he I don't know if he took that much of the that cooking burden while he, on his crew. I'm sure they have chefs and shit too, but whatever. I just think he could cook a damn good meal because he looks like it. And man, I am a fisherman chauvinist. I'm a human chauvinist, and I'm racist against fish people. You got me, Chris and Brian and everyone listening, because I can't think of anything better to say, but I ranked him high.
Tisk, man. I mean, you did rank him high.
What's your dish? Not fish. What do they eat?
I don't know. Food. They eat food.
Regular. They eat fish too. We don't eat human.
I don't know. I mean, you don't have to make them eat fish.
Nah, let's just say something else.
He's been up to the outside world.
Like a sea cucumber soup or something like that. A hearty. Did you say a soup too or something?
I said curry. I said curry chicken or something.
I'm gonna say like soup like with mad vegetables, but like hearty, like savory, like like potatoes, some corn, some fucking okra maybe too, like some some seaweed, all carrots, nigga, all of that, celery.
He makes a stew. He makes a mean fucking stew.
Yeah, and some fish stock. How about that?
I'll take
some
it.
Fish.
He doesn't have to have fish. I don't know why you're giving him.
I'm just because he's a sea person, so it has to fit the theme.
All right. Yeah. Brian, where do you have Jinbei?
Should I give my top 10 right now? I mean,
wait, let Brian go, and then you can do it.
Wasn't Jinbei a captain before?
Yes.
I say anybody who's been a captain before, aside from Frankie, would be a bad chef. Wouldn't be a great cook. So I'll say he's like 7th place.
Damn. Well, he was a knight for a time. He wasn't always a pirate.
Yeah, but even when he's a knight, who's going to cook? When is he going to be cooking as a knight? He has shit to do.
All right. Hey, I'm not going to argue with you. You may be right. What do I know? We haven't seen Jinbei cook yet, so. What do you think his signature dish is, Brian?
I'd say his signature dish would be something simple, much like Usopp. I'd say he'd make like a soup.
We're all
not soups. Even like a stew, like a soup.
Mm. All right,
something water themed.
We'll take it. Gumbo Jinbei.
Yeah, something like that.
Gumbo Jinbei.
All right, well there you go. Josh, you wanted to go through your top 10?
Yes.
Well, it's actually top 9.
All right. So in first place I got Frankie. Second place I got Robin. Third place I got Zoro. Fourth place is Jinbei. Fifth place is Nami. Sixth place is Chopper. Seventh place is Usopp. Eighth place is Brook, and finally ninth is Luffy. There we go.
Nice. Hell yeah. Nice. Well, there you go. There you have it. Those are where we think the Straw Hats would land if they were to do a Top Chef type competition. This was a fun round of questions. We have more questions to get through. But if you want, you can keep sending questions our way. Whether you're Sketching Mike or anybody else who's listening right now, that would be super cool. Keep it coming. But I think that's it for now. Without further ado, let's move on. Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 183, the Tokyo number 2 colony part 3. Last we left off, Hakari was going up against Charles Bernard, a manga artist from a French descent. They really got into it. We learned his cursed technique is basically he puts a panel on you and he can see a certain amount of time into the future. Not that substantial, maybe 1 or 2 minutes into the future of your particular actions. And at that point during the battle, Hakari stopped fucking around and just activated his domain. Because he's done playing this stupid ass game. So we are getting basically the rules of the domain downloaded straight into Charles's mind, and his cursed technique is a pachinko fucking gambling machine game. I had to read this a couple times over because
this was one of those.
This was one of those where literally there's a 2-page spread where it's a pretty epic info dump of how it works. I don't know much about pachinko, so this was just kind of like stuck on me for a minute. I really had to embrace what was happening here. But the way I understand it is that Hakari, so to speak, pulls the lever on the pachinko machine, and he gets 2 of the characters that are on it. It's kind of like, when you pull like a jackpot machine and you got to match 3. So he gets 2, and that activates the condition known as Richi, which sends them into a certain scenario. And the scenario is based off of a manga, apparently, because pachinko machines are apparently themed, I guess. Themed slot machines.
In Japan, they're very themed.
Correct. Yeah, in Japan, they're themed slot machines. So what happens is they get teleported into the scenario. For example, the first one they get into is this guy who's late for work. And if he can make it past the turnstile on time, then that's a jackpot for Hakari. And if not, then what happens is it just resets to the beginning. And Charles has an opportunity to attack. He has to defeat Hakari before he can pull the lever again, so to speak, to activate the domain again. And there are tiers of, results that come from the fucking pulling of the lever. There are the doors that show up, the green, red, and gold. Each of them have an increasingly higher chance of success, a higher chance of jackpot than the other. So it would be green as the around 20 to 40%. Red has about like a 60% or something, and gold is pretty damn close to 80 or so. So, the first one was a red one, so it was kind of like a mid-tier door. It could have gone either way. It was basically a 50-50 shot. The gold is an 80% chance of a fucking jackpot. So the gold doors appear, and that's not looking good for Charles, as he's failed to defeat Hakari before he could activate the next phase of the domain. A new Richi shows up. They end up in a scenario. And now, I guess, like, during this scenario, Charles Bernard also has the opportunity to kill Hakari before, or maybe, kill Hakari before the scenario plays out. And Hakari has to kind of, like, stop him from doing that. He's able to attack as well. So in this scenario, it's basically this dude and this girl are departing, I guess after a date or something. And, the girl's about to take the train, and the chance that they have to take is that if the girl gets on the train, then Hakari loses. But if she stays behind with the guy, he wins in this scenario. And I hope I'm explaining this right, because this is hard for me to get through. So in the meantime, while they wait for this result to occur, Charles is just basically like feigning off his attacks and looking for a good opportunity to attack. Right as the train passes, he doesn't see the girl, so he strikes Hakari, stabbing him through the side, assuming that he'd won. Assuming that not that he'd won, but Hakari lost the opportunity. Like it didn't come up as a jackpot. So at that point, Hakari's down. Charles is like, if this was a game of skill instead of luck, you might have won, don't you think? And then he turns around, and you see the visage of the guy and the lady who actually didn't get on the train. She ran around over to the other side of the train station, and she says, I missed the last train. And at that point, Hakari...
Isolated. fucking mangas. I've literally read ones like this, and it's like this is a pretty serious moment. I'm not gonna lie. This is like, oh, she didn't fucking
Yay! Yeah. At that opportunity, Hakari now has a jackpot. So he strikes Charles so hard that he breaks the G-Pen spear. And I guess like whenever he gets a jackpot, he gets that much stronger. Like he gets like a boost in stats, I guess. And he kicks Charles directly in his face, and he says, "Wrong. I use skill to grab a hold of luck." And that's where this chapter ends. I hope I nailed it. I hope I understood it.
Good job.
This was me just trying to like distill it down to the simplest idea I can, so that I could do this podcast. so I could explain this to y'all, and I hope that this made sense because that's how I understood it. So that was the end of the chapter. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I was super perplexed, man. I didn't know what to think about this for a while. After I read it for the third fucking time, I basically told myself that it's okay for it to be something that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I'm thrown off because this doesn't particularly seem incredibly powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can understand. I mean, the issue is that this manga kid, this square who we don't really know much about, he's not really a great person to scale Hakari to. We already know that he's considered on the same level, right, as Okotsu and kinda also the teacher, what's his name?
Yeah, Gojo.
Yeah, they're all three of them are supposed to be around the same level, with Gojo just having the kind of a clear edge because of his can't touch me ability.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm not really impressed by what I'm seeing, but this is Jujutsu Kaisen, and he has earned some creativity credit in my book, so I want to see it applied in more situations. I mean, he's not going to. I don't think it's going to be the same exact scenario every time, right? But aside from that, let me just talk about what I've seen in of itself. I think when he says that I use skill to grab a hold of luck, I don't know if he's going to break that down further in the next chapter, but the way I see it is that he looks at it like I'm a really strong person in general, so I'm able to survive long enough to go for enough roles. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know I'm gonna hit it eventually because I'm gonna survive long enough. So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Especially against a punk ass sorcerer like this, like Manga Boy.
Yeah, he does say that he's never made it. He's never gone past 30 times, whether he was going all out or taking it easy. So there is some truth to that. Like he's never had to do the thing 30 times, more than 30 times.
Right, and I think that's just a testament of like. It's not that it couldn't. I don't think he's saying that it's impossible because of how strong he is. I think he's just saying that, like, it's bound to happen. There's a very high chance it's going to happen before 30 times, you know? So, and that's 30th is probably the longest it had been. Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of reference. Like, to say, like, Nick, I'm that guy. I'll fuck you up without this ability, then get my shit in and really smoke you. Mm-hmm. How about that? So, I don't know. I still think the fucking train doors are whack. I don't really get it. I'm not sold on it. I need to see him fight a little bit more. So I think that it kind of overall weakened this issue for me and this experience so far. But I don't think it's over. It looks like it's over. But you know, we'll see.
Brian, what did you think?
I was a little confused with this chapter as well.
I think a lot of people were, honestly.
So, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. This does feel like a very Japan heavy chapter though. Like this is like Japan culture. No, like what I'm saying is like this is Japanese culture kind of thing, you know? Like pachinko is not popular at all. Well, not as popular in the States. Like it's very big in Japan, pachinkos. Like Konami is notably a pachinko company. Before, like, even though they made Metal Gear Solid and all that shit, they make most of their money from pachinkos. So you kind of have to understand pachinkos to understand how this thing works, I guess. But I don't know. Kind of hope it's similar, like Josh is saying. I hope it's like like his domain is like gambling catered to the person who he's playing against or he's in the domain against. So for him, since he's a mangaka, it would be like scenario based gambling, you know? But what if it's like he's fighting an American and there's like poker or some shit, you know? It's like a poker domain. I don't know, I think that would be cool if it's just gambling and different types of games, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Were those all your thoughts, Brian?
Yeah. The
All
confusion of his domain kind of took away from the chapter for me, like Josh. So
yeah, I respect that. This was my really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
And I'll tell you why. At first, I was right there with you guys. I was like, man, this is weird. My first thought was like, well, we've officially, Jujutsu Kaisen has officially become Hunter x Hunter, where we're just getting like overly complicated power systems. But you know what?
Fuck that. This shit, I'm sorry, Chris. This shit is Yu-Gi-Oh, my nigga. This is beyond Hunter x Hunter. Maybe I need to read more in the manga, but from what I watch in the anime, ain't nothing is as in-depth as that.
No, yeah. I mean, here's the thing, though. But where I was going with it is just like, well, to be fair, it's mostly because we don't know anything about pachinko. So that's why this feels weird to us. I feel like maybe in Japan people are like, fuck yeah, pachinko. Or at least they have a better understanding of the rules for the most part. Like they understand how pachinko machines work. But yeah, I was also like, man, I didn't expect this out of Hakari. But you know what? This is very consistent with Jujutsu Kaisen. Like domains, it's funny with the thing about domains is that I keep forgetting that they're not supposed to be these end all be all things. That they're not this final attack Kamehameha, special move. So, I appreciated that. The more I read and the more I started to understand, at least to the best of my knowledge, understand the ability, the more I appreciated it and the funnier I thought it was. I'm just like, we're just playing out this slice of life romance story out while there's a fucking battle in the background. It's a lot of fun, and I think there is a special, like Brian mentioned, I feel like there's a special jab that this pachinko machine is based off of a manga that Charles really liked. So maybe it is variable from person to person, the kind of game that you get to play. I feel like the fact that it was a manga was like deliberate for against Charles. But yeah, I liked it. I had a good time reading it. You know what I mean? Like Jujutsu Kaisen, every now and then I'm just like, wow, this is a lot of words to explain this power.
The first couple pages, right?
Yeah, the first
responded, don't give me this fucking info dump.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? Like once I got over the initial like, come on, I actually like read it.
Yeah.
For the purposes of this podcast, pretty much. I don't think I would have done it over if I didn't have to explain it in 2 days. But yeah, once I read it over, I was like, all right, this is kind of funny. And feels like very on brand with Hakari. He seems to very much be comfortable in this ability. And I don't think this battle's over, because Charles's eyes are still around. Like he's not dead. He's just like shocked that he just got rocked in his face. So yeah, who knows? And maybe he's just like fucking with him. I don't know. Maybe I just have an affinity for Hakari. I just like the guy. he's just like very fun to me.
I mean, I don't think he's whack or nothing like that. I just want to see. I want to see more.
Yeah, I would like to think that there's probably more to this. I feel like there's more to both of their abilities.
I feel like every time we learn more about Hakari's fucking curse technique, we end up with more questions every single fucking time.
Yeah, we thought his powers
Like-
we thought his powers
like
had
he
to do with
uses-
transit.
When he uses his doors the first time, we're like, wait, what the fuck? No explanation. He
Yeah.
uses this domain expansion, which literally tells us what it does, and we're still like, what the fuck?
To be fair, there's a cultural gap there that we don't get because we don't play pachinko. But I just might have to after this.
That's I was gonna say. I think. All right. Do you guys remember like getting those little like plastic toys like from birthday parties or stuff? Like little when you would get like I don't know. You ever got like a gift like a little goodie bag and it had those little toys in it?
Mhm.
One of them like this thing where you would shoot like it had the little silver balls in there and you would like press a button and shoot them up and try to get it dropped into certain spots.
Yeah.
I think that's what pachinko is.
Pachinko's a slot machine.
Hold it up. I mean,
You sure? I don't know. I actually
Is this-
don't know.
I shoot like trying to get the balls to go to a certain spot. I mean, this is a picture of one. It's a really
Yeah, but they're video
Yeah, let's-
pachinkos too.
pachinko
Yeah.
machine.
Well, I don't
They're
know.
video pachinkos as well.
Should have did more research. I dropped the ball.
So did I, dude. Hey.
Oh, is that a pun? Because it's pachinko. Right? I think so. I don't know if it's a pun. That's what I think the game is. Look, it says pachinko. All right, Wikipedia is a type of mechanical game originated in Japan that is used as a form of recreational arcade. Okay, whatever. All right, basics of pachinko: put money in the machine, cash only. On the left side, press the play button, marked Japanese words. Turn the round lever, which will let metal balls shoot out. Continuously hold it so balls will keep shooting out. Aim the balls for the upper left area of the pachinko board. And that's all it says here for the basics of pachinko.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's what.
Expand on this.
No, I think it makes sense. Like I mentioned earlier, there's kind of like there's an initiation, the lever he has to pull. He throws a ball. There's red, green, and gold balls. So maybe that's what he's talking about. And then it turns into a door or something.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to these pages.
Anyway, that.
Oh, guys, in the comments, break it down.
Yeah. If anybody can help us out, that would be cool.
I'm gonna see y'all.
That would be cool. If anybody can explain Hakari's ability with relatively ease, that would be super cool. Please comment below, and we'll give you a thank you.
City
Say
at
it?
Gmail.
Or you can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com. Either way, works for us.
NewJumpCityPod at gmail.com.
Yeah, but that's all I really got to say about Jujutsu Kaisen. I thought it was very fun. It was my favorite. Like, despite the fact that I felt like I had to read it over, the more I read it, the more I enjoyed reading it over. You know what I mean? Like just trying to put together the pieces of the puzzle. But that was just my own experience, I guess. Are you guys ready to move on?
Yes.
Then let's go. Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 109, R.I.P. Resquiat. Resquiat in peace? All right. Yoshifumi. I got you. We continue our flashback with Rip after his fiance died under his knife. I guess he tries to commit suicide, but Latla stops him from doing it, causing him to cut his own eye. That's why he has the scar. He cut himself, and the wound refuses to heal, of course, because of his negation. Somehow, some way, he gave himself a robot eye after a certain point.
Explained.
Is it?
It's not.
Yeah, I thought.
I mean, I don't think it's a special eye. I think it's just a porcelain eye or something like that.
Yeah, like a glass eye.
Yeah,
It looks like cable.
He cut himself. Yeah, we'll get
it's like a cable. It's like a cable eye. You know how it shines, and
is he like Technarch? He does have robot legs.
He does not have robot. Those are armors. Those are like armor.
Crazy. No, you'll see.
No, the arms and legs. I see them. They're armor.
No, it's we're gonna get to it. She says something about his legs. Watch.
All right.
We'll get to that point in the chat.
Yeah. Anyway, so he learned about his negation. We cut back and forth between the battle of him and Andy. We cut back to the flashback. He's just yelling. Rip is just yelling about a way to bring people back from the dead. He's like, "There's gotta be fucking something." And Latla's like, "There is an artifact that will allow you to jump to a new world, the Ark." So Rip is like, "Man, I don't care. I finally used my knives to cut through your brain. You can't repair that. So,
yeah.
Fuck you.
How about that, Andy?"
So Andy blows his entire body up and is like, "You know what? Fine. Blam!" And I guess he makes it so he's just like running on instinct alone because he blew his own brains out.
I guess instead of being like halfway, like in between, he might as well commit to being
full brain.
Yeah. Instead of, mentally handicapped.
Yeah. So yeah, Rip is like, "You monster."
You lobotomized yourself.
Damn. Dude, you're crazy. So yeah, basically Andy is going berserk. The advantage of his ability is gone. He's like, "What the fuck am I gonna do?" So we cut back to just before he met up with Andy, and he just like tells Latla, he's like, "Latla, I found Undead. I'm just gonna fight him and take his points." And she's like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, they are robot arms. You're right. That was my bad. I didn't even see this panel where he just like is attaching it onto his arm."
Yo, but that's not it. I mean, like, what? All right, there's more.
Yeah,
that's his arm, right?
Yeah. So, he's going to go. This is where he resolves to go fight Andy, and they're fighting pretty hard. Andy uses his his version of the uni-beam, which is just ripping his chest open and shooting blood at him.
Bro, that road is the coolest fucking move.
Yeah. Andy's life flash before Rip's life flashes before his eyes real quick as the dead road is just aiming at him. But Latla comes in, and I don't know. I don't think they revealed her negation, but it stops the blood from reaching Rip, and she gets them out of there temporarily. And she's just yelling at him for not letting her help him kill Andy. And you're right. She mentions here, it's like, when you cut off your legs, you said it would make you stronger when we joined under. Even when we fought back against Autumn, you always try to leave me behind. Let me do.
I was like, what? Cut his legs off for what? I was like, for those metal things?
Yeah.
Wow. Commitment.
Yeah.
He's a cyborg now.
I guess, yeah.
He has Cable's eye, a robot arm, and robot legs.
You're right.
And that's all we know.
Yeah. She tells him to allow her to put her life on the line as well. And Rip gives her a hug. She seems to get a vision of Rip using a certain technique and Andy being able to evade it somehow. So she puts her counterattack into effect. She jumps Andy from behind, stabs him in the head, and is like, "Rip, now! You won't hit it. You won't hit him. I 100% guarantee it." I think that's important for her negation. And at that moment, she special beam cannons herself. She gives herself a special beam cannon suicide.
Yeah.
and makes Rip just blast through Andy and her with his
through his head.
Yeah, brutal. And then, she's passing away, she's saying, "Just you wait, Layla, your dashing prince is coming to save you." And that's where the chapter ends. God damn. That was brutal. That was unexpectedly brutal.
Yeah.
Josh, what do you think about this chapter?
This was pretty crazy. This was the damn. I can't switch the RGC, man. This was a really good chapter, though. This was a really good Undead Unluck chapter. I mean, I didn't see this coming at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprised. The series does this all the time, but I mean, damn, that was bold. She acted like they had a plan. She said, "I got an idea. Alright, like, come on. You know?"
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like, do it now. Kill
now.
me. Bet. Take the arc, reset the world, and find me again, and fall in love with my sister, and I'll just, I don't know, be sad forever and shit. But I'll be happy for y'all.
She'll be alive because he's going back in time.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Were those all your thoughts?
Those are my thoughts. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, this was a really good chapter, honestly. Yeah, this was really crazy. You know what's really interesting about this is that it almost like frames Andy as an antagonist. You know what I mean? Like for a second, you would mistake like Rip is like a good guy. You know, the whole time I was like, damn.
Yeah, like this
sucks because like I feel bad for Rip. I know he's for sure like the villain of this thing, but it's also like I get it. You know, I guess this is what he's wanted this whole time, and then you realize that you could just like be part of the loop. But this is wild. It was a great fight too. And you know, Latla being involved, I don't know her negation, but this was a really cool and unexpected way to utilize her as a character. I'm very interested to see how this plays out. I can't really make a prediction as to how it will. I feel like Andy's gonna find a way. I see like his finger is loaded. If you look at that 2-page spread, he has like his finger gun thing loaded up. So maybe he'll like use that at some point, but this is surprising. I don't think he'll kill Rip. I feel like he sympathizes with him to a degree, especially since they have like a long history.
True.
But yeah, I couldn't tell you. But this was a very brutal chapter. It was very interesting and one of the better Undead Unluck chapters in a while. I really appreciated this and enjoyed this a lot. Gave an extra dimension to Rip as a character, even though we know all this stuff about his backstory. Getting to actually see it is really paints him really well alongside the contrast of this battle. Kind of recontextualizes him as kind of like a tragic hero, which I respect. But that's all I got to say about Undead Unluck. Any rebuttals, closing thoughts?
Nah, man. This is just a very well done Undead Unluck chapter. And is Andy dead?
I doubt it, but yeah, but good chapter nonetheless, man.
Right. Good question of the day.
Yeah. Well, that was Undead Unluck. And that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. As per usual, you can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram, Josh at JDCole_37 on Instagram, at NYChillin on Twitter. You can follow Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. He also streams video games sometimes at Itch Punchline, twitch.tv/It's Punchline. Subscribe to him there or whatever you guys do on Twitch. You could follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll. And we'd like to get more people on that. That would be a lot of fun. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. We're on there. check us out. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Give us a 5-star review while you're at it, or you can subscribe to us on YouTube, where there are full version of the podcast plus little highlight breakouts, although the audio version of the podcast usually comes out first. So check us out on all those platforms. And without further ado, that's it for this week. Next week, we'll have My Hero Academia back and somewhat close to full lineup. But until then, thank you guys so much for listening, and stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for listening.